So this dude, Jiren, he's really, really strong. Like, really powerful. And if you've been watching Super, you know how strong this man is. You know it for a fact. So that's pretty much all we know. We know nothing else. We know that he's strong, he's a pride trooper, and that he is apparently his power stretched beyond time somehow. Alright, well, anyways, what are we going to do on this video? We're going to do what every Dragon Ball YouTuber does, and that's make theories and speculate. No matter how ridiculous it may sound, that's what we're going to do. I'm joined by a very ridiculously smart man, but still ridiculous. Please welcome Real to Real back to Geekdom 101.
What's up, man? Always a pleasure to be here. And yeah, I love speculating. I feel like that's one of the best things. It makes me feel like a kid again. So I'm glad that you came to me with this topic because honestly, I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun as well.
Here's what I want everybody to do. After you get done watching the video, of course, leave a like. It helps out the channel. Check out Real to Real's channel. I'll leave a link to that down below. He's always doing wacky videos like this. He's the king of wacky. And leave a comment and tell us your crazy, insane, bizarre Jiren theory. So we know nothing about Jiren, but on this video, we're going to try and figure it out. So could it be possible, Real to Real, according to what Tragic said on my live stream a few weeks ago, that Jiren is a former god of destruction from one of the destroyed universes, and he's fighting the tournament because his wife is died during the Xeno genocide, and he's fighting so he can wish his universe back to life with the Super Dragon Balls. Could that be what Jiren is?
I think that would be really cool, considering like what we've seen before, really, with Gods of Destruction going in between other universes. I mean, the very first time we actually got to see Champa in the tournament, or even in the story even, he had that interaction with Beerus. He's like, Champa, you really shouldn't be here. Why are you meddling around in my universe? And to think like a God of Destruction would be kind of traveling around and just happen to be in Universe 11 at the time that Xeno was just like, bye, and all those other universes got completely destroyed. It's fairly plausible, and considering the fact that Topo even kind of suggested that Jiren might have some kind of wish in mind for the Super Dragon Balls, and how that could end up going into other stories, it would be pretty interesting.
Well, also, it's been confirmed, too, that from the manga, that that Jiren is more powerful than Vermouth, but it seems like Vermouth and Jiren have some kind of friendship. I mean, even if he's more stronger than him, he still takes orders from him and still listens to him, because we saw in the episode that he was speaking telepathically to him. So maybe Jiren is like, maybe he used to be a clown too, and then he retired to become a fighter. He's got tired of goofing around, bro. Maybe Jiren's the ringmaster, bro.
That would explain the white skin. I could just see him with
well, you have white skin. Were you a clown?
But very pale white skin. He's just kind of a Joker-esque, like a Jackson, a Nicholas. What?
Jackson Nicholas, bro.
Jackson Nicholas.
Are you getting your taxes done, or are you an actor?
No. Like the original Batman. You know, it's just kind of a botched surgery, and he just kind of has a messed up face, but he's not necessarily looking like that normally.
What about the theory that I was told by a good friend of mine, Barack Obama, that Jiren might actually be an artificially created being, that he's not even like a living being, he's actually like a vessel for like Vermouth? That's trippy, man.
I like that idea, considering the fact, as you already said, we got to see them talking telepathically, and honestly, it would really go a long way in explaining that Jiren has absolutely no personality. I know a lot of people think that, well, yeah, he's just like Hit. Hit has no personality. That is like blatantly untrue, because Hit, even when he's not talking, even when he's doing something as simple as literally screaming, there's a lot of personality, there's a lot of jokes in there. I mean, in the first tournament, he screamed at the top of his lungs and looked like he was powering up, and everyone was like, wait, he didn't power up? He's like, I can't do that, but you do that, I was just mocking you. And in a way, it was mocking the entire fan base for doing that stuff. I mean, we all do that stuff. Jiren has none of those personalities, and it would also go a long way to suggest that, like, most Dragon Ball stories have some kind of artificial component. And we haven't seen that in Dragon Ball Super yet. So if he's some kind of a robotic
wait a minute,
being,
we have Universe 3, all of it.
yeah, but they're not necessarily they're not necessarily the big bad up until now, unless your theory is right, and that is what we're looking at when they talk about the birth of a new fighter. But not going into those spoilers.
That's a different story altogether. Okay, your turn. Give me a wacky theory of Jiren.
Okay, so this one I think is like the wackiest I can come up with, at least right now. Jiren might potentially be the first time traveler. So in the manga, they did suggest that the time rings that we saw in the last tournament, or the last arc, are from other people, not just Trunks. Now, that was really weird.
That was only in the manga, though, when they said
yes, that. But they could. I mean, who really knows how much of these stories are supposed to interconnect and whether something was important that they decided to leave out or something like that. But you're right, it was only in the manga. And it was weird considering the fact that it was a popular fan theory for a long time, suggesting that there was these multiple different timelines that Trunks actually created. And in the anime, it seemed to kind of confirm that. I believe the time rings that we have at the very beginning, and he only mentions one person, Gawasu Chizamasu, only mentioning one person going back recently and creating time rings. It seemed to line up, but if there was someone outside of Trunks who has been going back in time and creating time rings, then why not Jiren? Why not have him be another time traveler? I mean, that would be a really interesting way to bring that stuff back, kind of allow everyone to remember that time travel exists and how it works in Dragon Ball Super with Trunks, and then bring in a bigger threat like Jiren, who actually has been a time traveler.
Jiren is an immortal, and because Vermouth said he's never lost, and he's in this tournament so he can wish for mortality, so he can finally die to be with his dead family in the other universes.
That's good. That's good.
Here's what it is. He's immortal, and he's seen so much pain and suffering for the past hundreds of years that he's tired of being alive. He is an emo immortal. Even though he's mortal, he's immortal, and he wants to use Super Dragon Balls to wish for himself to be mortal again.
That would be great as a thumbnail for this, is just emo Jiren.
I don't know if I have enough time to make that, but we'll see.
I like that. I like that too, just considering the fact that they had introduced immortality has been a huge thing ever since Dragon Ball Z, and at the same time they introduced our first real immortal canonized in the last arc, and kind of seeing the ramifications of that with a new character would also be pretty cool. So I mean, who really knows? That would be really wacky, though. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be able to get behind that.
Jiren is the physical embodiment of Zarama, who is imprisoned in an emotionless physical body after defying Zeno to make the Super Dragon Balls.
I like that.
He's a former angel that was cast out of heaven by the great priest.
Oh my gosh.
And 1/3 angels became the Pride Troopers.
It would be... That's so crazy. The problem with doing this is people are actually going to think about this and like, yeah, but
they're going to be like, Eureka! They figured it out! Shiver me timbers! Let's go on Facebook and tell all our friends.
Fact. Did you know that Jiren is a fallen angel?
Yeah, fact. Y'all know the cancerous Instagram post. Fact. Jiren was originally a Makaioshin, and he was mutated into Jiren because of his disgust for the community, thinking that he didn't really eliminate Hit, and that it was a clone. That's what really happened.
And then they just stuck him in Universe 11, where he's forced in this emotionless body, where he's also a time traveler, but also a god of destruction from one of the other destroyed universes. That's perfect.
He's everything, and he's fighting for his dead wife somehow. Who's gonna be the new warrior somehow, according to him. What if Jiren is like Jason and Jason Goes to Hell, bro? Where it's like that serpent that trades bodies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what if it's some story like that, bro? And the only one that can kill Jiren is like a member of his family or something, bro. Like Jason Goes to Hell, bro. They stole that from freaking Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare when they brought in his daughter. Like they stole the plot.
Well, yes, and that movie is just all over the place. It's not really the best outside of all of the connections to other horror movies that one makes. But really, what it could be, and what would be awesome if that's the thing, if he's a serpent and only like a certain thing is able to kill him, wouldn't it be really awesome if the Z-Sword, I mean, just if we're gonna get crazy,
come on,
like the Z-Sword, or even Tapion needs to come back and use his magical sword to kill.
Well, he's coming back to Xenoverse. Maybe they know something we don't know. Bro, how could you bring... If it's the Z sword, they're SOL, bro. 'Cause that thing was destroyed in every timeline, bro.
It's Tapion's sword. And he's going to give it to Trunks at the end after he ends up killing Jiren. And then everyone's going to get, like, really crazy. Like, oh, it's the Z sword.
I got the ultimate one. Here we go. Ready for this one? This is Jiren, legit. Jiren is the future son of Trunks and Mai. So here's what happened. Trunks and Mai had a child, and that child grew up to be Jiren. He stole one of the time machines, went back in time, went to Universe 11, trained with the Pride Troopers so the time machine broke during a battle with Toppo or something, and now he's stuck there, and at some point in this arc, Trunks will return to fetch Jiren and bring him back to the future like Cable.
I would actually, you know what? As crazy as that is, I think I could actually get behind that because Cable type character would be cool.
Cable's awesome.
And it would also be like, you know, he's starting to realize that he's like his Saiyan heritage. He's just a big albino, half Saiyan, half human character who's just gotten deformed from his time travel or something. I don't know, but he can turn Super Saiyan. That would be the best part about that.
But he has no hair.
He'd be like Nappa.
Well, at least Nappa had the goatee that went up in Heroes. What's it gonna happen with Jiren, bro? Plus, he doesn't need to, bro. Remember, he cut Goku. He blocked him. He's like, this is your limit. Boom. So, you know, what can you do? But I do like the idea of Trunks and Mai's kid being this ultra powerful character, bro. I hope they revisit that storyline.
That would be kind of cool. Having someone. I mean, that was basically what Trunks was, really.
Yeah, except now we're going with the grandchildren now.
Yeah.
Why not? So do you have any wacky freaking Jiren theories you want to throw out there?
You know, I feel like we kind of covered all of the crazy ones, honestly. I like honestly, my favorite one is him being some kind of an artificial being or something that's not necessarily natural. They have kind of alluded to the fact that he isn't necessarily natural. Goku and him, they said in the special that neither of these two could have these powers just by themselves. They had to have gotten it some way. And we know how Goku got it, but how the hell did Jiren do it?
Maybe Jiren was created by Whis, the training tool to train Goku. Like that thing, bro. That would piss me off. Bro, I would be so angry if they did that. I'm done with Super. This show sucks. You know, I'd freak out over that, bro.
I don't think I would be. I think that would be kind of fun, but it's like, didn't they just do that with Monaka? So it would be funny though, considering how much of a fanboy Whis is as compared to almost anyone else in the stands right now. That he would be that person to set this up, put a cheat code in there just to see how far Goku can go.
Do you think Toppo knows who Jiren is? Like, really knows? Like, really, really knows? Other than just recruiting him?
No, I honestly... You know, he's alluded to the fact that Jiren and him are friends, but I don't think so. Although everything we basically know about Jiren and what he wants comes from Toppo. So, I don't really know. I personally feel like no one really knows him. I don't think he steps in at any given point, and the only people who probably know him are Vermouth and potentially Toppo.
I kind of had feels for Toppo, bro, because in that one episode he's firing those blasts at Goku, and then Jiren puts his arm out like stand back, and Toppo's like, I guess I'm not needed. He puts his head down. I was like, oh
man, you don't need your wingman tonight.
Dude, but like he had this look on his face. I have a soft spot for Toppo, bro. He's got that big Yosemite Sam freaking mustache. Right, he looks like that one dude that diabetes. What's his name?
Wilford Brimley. He is the Wilford Brimley of Dragon Ball Super.
Except that diabetes won't hurt him, bro. But bro, I felt so bad for him, man. Like he wanted to fight Goku so bad, and he's like, oh, his head down, all sad. Anyways, we're out of here. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I'm fine, man. But thanks for having me.
I want the subs, the viewers, whatever, all of you, the Geek Army, I want y'all to, down below, leave your wacky Jiren theories and check out Real to Real. Now. Do it right now. Right now as we speak. Did you do it yet? We'll hurry up and do it. We'll talk to you later.